What if I told you the greatest villain in Marvel history isn't who we think he is? What if every shocking comeback, every impossible escape, every genius plan Dr. Doom ever pulled off wasn't Doom at all? What if Doom has been carrying a secret passenger? Loki, the god of mischief, living inside him, not as a prisoner, not as a possession, but as an evolution. Part 1 begins with a disturbing question. Where did Loki really go during the strange gaps in his comic history? Those unexplained disappearances, those odd personality shifts, those moments when he was dead, reborn, or retconned with no clear explanation. The theory claims these weren't rewrites or inconsistencies. They were Loki slowly abandoning his physical form and searching for a host worthy of him, someone brilliant enough to contain him, arrogant enough to think they could resist him, strong enough to absorb a god without breaking. Someone like Victor Von Doom. Loki doesn't invade Doom with force. That would be too obvious, too crude. Instead, Loki approaches Doom the way only Loki could, with elegance and patience. He slips into Doom's mind through Doom's deepest weakness. His pain, his grief for his mother, his guilt for his father, his shame from the failed experiment that scarred him. Loki recognizes these emotions because they mirror his own fall from grace. What begins as a whisper becomes an influence, a subtle nudge, a hint of magic Doom never studied, a new idea he thinks he invented. Doom believes he's growing smarter, more powerful, more magical. But he doesn't realize that Loki is threading himself into Doom's thoughts, stitching his essence through Doom's ambition like a hidden spell. Fans noticed the signs, Doom becoming oddly theatrical in certain stories, unusually playful, dramatically sarcastic, too clever in ways that felt Loki-like, but readers brushed it off as odd writing. In this theory, those inconsistencies were Loki's fingerprints. Meanwhile, Loki's physical form became unstable, acting strange, disappearing, dying, returning. Not because of bad storytelling, but because Loki was slowly abandoning that body, leaving behind a hollow shell so he could slip deeper into Doom. Doom begins having dreams filled with Asgardian symbols, serpents, shattered mirrors, voices asking him who he truly is. He dismisses them as stress. Doom would never admit anything could infiltrate him. His arrogance becomes Loki's perfect hiding place. And near the end of Part 1, Doom experiences a terrifying moment. He speaks, but the voice doesn't feel entirely like his own. It's layered, echoed, almost trickster-like. He freezes for a second, then brushes it off. But Loki is already inside him, not hiding, becoming. And Doom, at the end of Part 1, still has no idea. Act 2 begins with Doom growing more powerful than ever, so powerful that even cosmic entities start noticing something is off. Doom's magic evolves unnaturally fast. His intellect sharpens beyond its already terrifying peak, and his plans become layered with a level of mischief, unpredictability, and elegance that has never matched his usual style. Heroes feel it, villains feel it, even the multiverse feels it. Doom believes this is simply his destiny unfolding. But in truth, Loki is tightening his grip. Loki doesn't want to erase Doom. He wants to merge with him, to create a being who has Doom's iron will and Loki's divine cunning, a perfect hybrid, capable of controlling reality itself. Loki sees Doom not as a vessel, but as an upgrade. A new skin, a better story. Doom, however, begins experiencing cracks. He hears laughter where silence should be. His thoughts occasionally speak in a voice he recognizes but cannot place. Sometimes he plans something logical, only to watch his own hand execute something far more theatrical, far more mischievous than Doom would normally allow. Doom begins secretly testing himself, meditation spells, mind wards, even forbidden rituals to inspect his consciousness. Every time he gets close to detecting Loki, Loki shifts deeper, camouflaging himself as Doom's own brilliance. Doom grows frustrated, enraged, but the idea that someone like Loki could infiltrate him is so unacceptable that he refuses to say it out loud. Meanwhile, Loki starts bending Doom's decisions. Subtle at first, redirecting battles, reshaping alliances, provoking conflicts that serve no strategic purpose but create chaos. Loki finds delicious. Doom doesn't understand why he's doing these things. His plans feel less like equations and more like riddles. But because the results are still successful, Doom rationalizes everything. Then comes the breaking point. Doom attempts a massive reality-altering spell, something so complex, so impossible that even he doubts it. As he casts it, a surge of energy erupts inside his mind. Loki's presence becomes undeniable for the first time. Doom hears Loki speak directly, without disguise, without subtlety. "We are stronger together, Victor." Doom freezes. The spell collapses. Doom's armor cracks, magic backfires, The castle shakes, and Doom finally understands. He is not alone in his own mind. Rage consumes him. Doom is not a man who tolerates intrusion. He is not a man who shares power. He confronts Loki internally, demanding explanation. But Loki is calm, almost gentle. He explains that he chose Doom not to dominate him, but to survive. To evolve. To create something greater than either of them could be alone. Doom rejects this instantly. But Loki shows Doom something horrifying. Visions of futures where Doom dies. Where Doom fails, where Doom is forgotten. Loki reveals he has seen these timelines and prevented Doom's collapse again and again. Loki has been protecting him, strengthening him, guiding him. Doom can't accept that Loki saved him. Doom can't accept that Loki knows him. Doom can't accept that Loki might be right. Their argument becomes a mental war, ego versus mischief, logic versus chaos, order versus freedom. Their minds clash like storms inside Doom's skull. Doom tries to force Loki out. Loki refuses to leave. But in this battle, something terrifying happens. Doom realizes some of his greatest victories, the ones he took pride in. The ones that defined his legend were influenced by Loki. Some were even Loki's ideas entirely. His identity fractures, and Loki whispers the final dagger. You didn't become greater because of me, Victor. I became greater because of you. Act 2 ends with Doom standing in his throne room, trembling, not with fear, but with fury and confusion, realizing that the line between Doom and Loki has become so blurred that he no longer knows where Victor ends and where Loki begins. Loki, deep within, smiles, and the world has no idea what is coming next. Doom finally realizes Loki is inside his mind, not as a parasite, but as a part of him that has been pushing him, improving him, and secretly saving him from countless deaths. Doom tries to rip Loki out with a deadly ritual. But Loki reveals the truth. He only fused with Doom because he was being erased from existence and needed a mind strong enough to anchor him. Doom sees that removing Loki would weaken him, maybe even kill him. Loki sees that without Doom, he would fade forever. In the end, neither wins, neither loses. They merge by choice. Doom keeps control of the body. Loki becomes the hidden mind behind the throne. Two beings, one destiny. The world never knows. But from that day forward, Doom is no longer just Doom, and Loki is no longer just Loki. Together, they become something far more terrifying. We are Doom, Victor says. And inside him, Loki whispers back, and we are endless. Doom steps forward into the dim light of his throne room, feeling the strange harmony of two minds beating as one. For the first time, he senses a future without limits, Loki's creativity igniting his intellect, his own discipline anchoring Loki's chaos. It isn't trust, and it isn't friendship. It's something far more dangerous. A fusion of ambition and trickery that no hero can predict, no cosmic force can fully understand, and no timeline can contain. Together, they are not just rewriting their destiny, they are preparing to rewrite reality itself.